Yo, yo, it's your boy, Mr. Locario. So listen, in this one right here, I want to talk about how you can't get pleasure without pain, okay? See, a lot of times, people are trying to avoid the pain, and they just want the consistent pleasure. You understand? They want the pleasure all the time. They don't want to have to, like, you know, go through the pain. But what you ought to understand is that you can't have pleasure without pain. It's impossible. Now, the thing is, though, you know, we got to sort of put things in perspective, because some of the pain may not necessarily seem like pain, you know, based off of how you look at it, right? So, for example, let's say if you want the pleasure of having millions of dollars and running your own business, right? You want that, but guess what? You got to go through the pain of the hard work and struggle to get there, and to also maintain it. You want the pleasure of having a sexy body. You got the six-pack and the muscles, and you're looking all good. You want the pleasure of having that, but you got to go through the pain of working out, lifting the weights, jogging and sweating and doing all this other stuff. You want the pleasure of having a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, but you don't want to go through the pain of, you know, all of the things that go on when it comes to having that relationship and maintaining that relationship, all the, you know, the disagreements and the fights and the pain and sorrow of trying to maintain that. So again, you have to understand that you're not going to be able to get this pleasure without the pain. And again, it all depends on how you look at it, because if you step back objectively and look at this, right? What it is sometimes when you're going through so-called pain, right? You know, you get upset, you get frustrated, you're depressed, whatever it is. But if you understood that this is a necessary thing, because it's also part of the pleasure. You understand? And in fact, it's almost like one and the same. What was interesting, I saw this this picture of a woman's face, and it looked like, you know, I think she was like laying on the bed or something like that, but it was a close-up of her face. And the question was, is this woman in pain, or is she in pleasure? Because she had this look on her face where it could have been that she was in excruciating pain, or she could have been having an orgasm, because the expression on her face could have been either or. You understand? That's kind of how, you know, it's almost like one and the same. It's on different ends of the spectrum. But the thing is, you can't have one without the other. So the thing is, you may not like the pain in certain situations, but understand that it's basically necessary. For you to experience pleasure, you're going to have to experience pain. You know what I mean? It's the yin and the yang. You know, so that's the thing. So the next time you're in pain, just think about, you know, just look at it from a different perspective, because then maybe, you know, if you see it as some, you know, necessary in certain regards, then you would be like, okay, I understand that this is something that sort of has to happen. You know, because like I teach guys how to attract women, and a lot of guys, they're scared of the pain of rejection. And I say, listen, well, you know, if you actually want the pleasure of a woman wanting to be with you, you're going to have to go through that quote unquote pain. So why even look at it as something bad when it's sort of just a necessary process in you getting that girl? You see what I mean? So understand that you can't have pleasure without some pain.